name's Brains A Banging Life with a tier list ranking. We're doing something close to Brendan's heart here, Stephen King content. But not just any Stephen King content, Stephen King adaptions. We're talking about some of his work, his books, being adapted into movies. Sometimes they're really obvious. Sometimes they're, clear adaptions. Some of the ones I found are very, very tenuous at best. We're going to go through them. I believe I have the majority here. I've got nearly 80 from list.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is more than I thought. And
yeah.
As you can see, we've got the best, good, okay, bad, and never seen. Obviously, all self-explanatory, I think.
Yep.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
We begin with The Lawnmower Man from 1992. Supposedly, one of the loosest adaptations ever, because its only trope element it takes from King's story is a man who mows lawns.
Well, I have seen The Lawnmower Man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have seen it. I honestly, genuinely wouldn't have referenced this myself as a Stephen King adaptation if anyone had ever asked me about it.
Yep.
It's
like
old. No, not particularly. No, I guess I'd seen it a couple of times, and I remember it, but I haven't seen it for like probably best part of 2 decades, I'd imagine.
Well, hey.
But I do remember seeing it, and I remember the first time I watched it, really enjoying it because it was very advanced sci-fi for the time. And then I remember every time after that, when I guess I've watched it again and I've maybe understood a bit more about what I was watching, realizing it wasn't very good.
Agreed.
Yeah. So for me, it's probably bad.
I 100% agree. What I remember of that movie, I do not like.
No. Especially if we're rating this as a Stephen King adaptation. If that's an adaptation of a Stephen King book, then it's bloody bad.
Yes, there's a major selling point. Right, next one, a bit more straightforward, thankfully, one you will recognize, and it is Trucks, which is, of course, an adaptation of Trucks, one of 2 films that were adapted from that book. The other will be a Maximum Overdrive, but we'll get to that. Trucks is not the one done by Stephen King. It's the other version.
And I don't think I've seen the other version.
Maximum Overdrive or Trucks? Which one have you seen?
I've seen Maximum Overdrive.
Right, so you haven't seen Trucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have. It was reviewed for the site. I saw it after Maximum Overdrive, and I thought Maximum Overdrive, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But one of my standout memories of Trucks is that it is so fucking boring. Whereas Maximum Overdrive was silly, Trucks takes itself so seriously.
Yeah.
So seriously. So for me, this goes in the bad.
This is a good start.
Yeah, well, off to a flyer. I genuinely, when I did a ranking list, I was like, is anything going to go in the best? And then thankfully, I came across the good ones. Right, here's one that I think you'll know because I've not seen this. The Mist TV series.
I have seen it. And this can go straight in the bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Ooh.
Do you know what this did, yeah? It blew everyone's mind for 2-3 episodes.
Yeah.
That's what it did. It was like, oh, yeah, there you go. There's 2-3 episodes. This is fucking exciting. Yeah, then you stretch it out of 7 more episodes of something's happening in the mist. Someone's gone wandering off into the mist.
Oh.
It works. And I'm sure it'll come up. It works as a book. It works as a film to a degree, but it doesn't work as a TV series because that's 1 hour of fucking. It's a 10-hour long movie of the mist, Carl. 10-hour long. What do you do in the 7 hours in between the beginning, the main action, and the end? 7 more hours of some fucking lunatics wandered off into the mist. We best all go find him. Oh shit! Someone died. End of episode. Next episode. Guess what's happened? Some fucker's gone wandering off into the mist again. It's bad.
Wicked. So far, everything's in the bad. Okay. This one I don't know. I wonder if you do. A Good Marriage. Apparently adapted from Full Dark No Stars, the short story collection.
I do know this. I have seen this.
Cool.
And it's not bad. We'll say that. It's not bad. It's more of a psychological than a straight up, kind of, oh, it's a monster or something like that kind of horror.
Mhm.
But it's a good adaptation. That's the thing. The
Okay.
story itself in Full Dark Stars is good, and they do a decent job of it. So I wouldn't say it's an exciting film, but I would put it in okay.
Yay! We've got one out of the
Uh,
bad. Okay. Cool. The Mangler.
I like this.
I do too.
Oh, good. I thought I
Yeah,
was going to
good.
be alone there.
No.
It is of an era, I
Yeah.
think, but that's okay, man. It's simple, but it's good. It works.
Yep. It's
It's a good film.
Toby Hooper directing, Robert England starring. I always remember the gore scenes involving the actual Mangler itself. I'd be tempted to put this in the good.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm happy with it to go in the good. It's
Yeah.
crazy because it's the hardest film in the world to sell to somebody based on the synopsis.
Absolutely.
What's it about? It's about like a laundry machine. It's got all angry.
Right. Here's one that I'd never even heard of. Dolian's Cadillac, adapted from King's Nightmares and Dreamscape short story.
I've never seen the film. I've read the book. The book's good, but I didn't actually know they've ever converted that. So,
Yeah, stars Christian Slater.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Well, that one goes
It,
in the never seen.
yeah.
Sticking to that, Chattery Teeth, which is a short from Quicksilver Highway.
No.
Same. Never
No
heard of it.
fucking idea. I've not even heard of that book.
It's the King half of this made for TV anthology movie. The other half belonging to Clive Barker. It's
Oh, is that a split?
yeah, it's a split with Clive Barker.
Oh, okay.
There's something to check out.
Yeah.
Chattery Teeth, apparently. Right. One.
Yeah, obviously, all I can picture now are those toy teeth. You know, you wind them up and they go running across the table.
The joke is, the picture I'm using to represent it is two men holding one of those sets of teeth and looking at it weird. Right, the Langoliers. This belongs in one place and one place only.
Where's your place? Just out of interest.
I would put this in the bad. I think it's a
Okay.
shocker.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You can stick it in bad. It's not good. There's no way it's in good. I was struggling between whether it's okay or bad, but I think my okay is more because of my memory of the story,
Right.
not because of the film. And that's why I've got to watch myself with this.
It's interesting. Had up until the reveal of the Langoliers, I'd have put it in okay, and then those horrid CGI meatballs appear on screen, and it's like, nope, that's just bad. Talking of bad, although this could be an interesting one. 2016's Cell.
This is an interesting one. This will be a debatable one, right? Because I actually, while I know that you're not a fan of, I do like the story.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I can accept the fact that the story lacks depth.
Yep.
And isn't very unique. It's a bit cheesy and corny. But the film did an okay job of representing that book.
Yep.
This isn't good. I wouldn't put this in good, but I do think it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put it in okay and agree with you on it, purely based off some of the more scenes that did. There's one scene that actually still stuck with me, and it's the finale and the opening the mouths and everyone singing, and the Never Walk Alone. It quite effectively creepy. I think okay is good. Right. Desperation, 2006 TV movie.
Yeah, seen this.
Oh, cool.
This is actually this I would put in good. I quite like this. This is the book itself. I actually think would I dare say that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I would. Maybe I'll go for it. I think the film is actually on par with, maybe slightly better than the book. It's a short story.
Yep.
I think it's in Everything's Eventual, but I might be wrong on that.
I haven't got it down here.
But yeah, anyway, I have seen it, and I think it's good.
I will refer to your judgment on that because I don't know it, so that's perfect. Good. Right, we got another short here. Grammar as in grandmother, from The Twilight Zone in 1986.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the picture looks cool.
I don't know it though.
Same here. I don't know it. The Moving Finger from Monsters, another short adapted from Nightmare and Dreamscape's short story.
Know the story. Did not know it was converted.
There we go. Never seen. Oh God. Oh God. I love the fact that when I scroll up to this next one and that the one image is Isaac pointing his finger at me, it's Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
I like this film.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
It dated terribly, man.
Yeah.
It really doesn't hold up well. But I do like it. I think it's a good film.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it's better than okay. It's a good film.
I think it's a good film. I'm more than happy with good. I think, considering the manga Desperation is in there, I think it certainly belongs amongst them.
Yeah.
Right. One I haven't seen, but I know is very famous. Graveyard Shift.
Have I seen Graveyard Shift? I feel like I have, but I can't remember anything about it if I have. So I think the best that we can do with that is say that we've never seen it because I can't remember it.
It's really interesting because it was one of 3 Stephen King adaptations in 1990. Misery got an Oscar, and
Yeah.
Paramount Studios was behind Graveyard Shift. So it had the fucking backing.
Yeah.
Right. This is for you. Again, we are on another TV series, and it is Under the Dome.
Oh, shit. Have we got anything lower than bad?
That bad, huh?
Can we go any, or can I just pretend I've never seen it?
It can go at the bottom of bad.
In my worst conversions. It is fucking dire. It's terrible. It was a fucking piss take. They basically didn't read the book. They just looked at the image and saw that there was some shit happening underneath a town in a dome. So they did that bit, and then they just went their own fucking route with it and ignored the story. Oh, we use the same character's name, but they're going to be different. Yeah, that bad guy's now a good guy. The good guy's now a bad guy. They fucking destroyed it. And it somehow managed to get, I think it got 4 seasons in, which is shocking because I got sick. I watched pretty much all of it because I have to, because I'm a fan of the book, and there's always a part of me that wants to see the ending and it wants to see what happened. But we never got that far because the shit got cancelled anyway.
Yeah, saved.
Yeah, well, everybody else who liked the book stopped waiting for the ending and went, do you know what? Enough now, mate. Turn that shit off. Go and read the book, for Christ's sake, it's better.
Oh, I love
Sorry,
it.
yeah, I don't like that one.
Love it. Fantastic. Right, next one is Mercy, which is another version of the Grammar short story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I still haven't seen that version either.
Mercy. It's called Mercy, and apparently it's another version of the Grammar from the Twilight Zone in '86, but this one was in 2004. So I think one thing we take away from this, we should probably check out whatever Grammar is.
Yeah, there's 2 versions of it. Two different film houses have decided it's worthy of a conversion.
So the next one's really interesting because I know we've got polarizing views on this. Rose Red.
I like Rose Red.
I don't.
I do. But did you ever read it?
Yeah. Read it. Book's better. Book is way better, obviously.
Yeah. The book is way better.
Yeah.
But I think if that's the case across nearly every conversion in the history of time. But I do like Rose Red. I like the sequel to it as well.
So you would put this in good. I would put this in bad. Do we meet in the middle and put it in okay?
Yeah, we'll have to because I can't let it go in bad. I'll just cut the connection.
Okay. We still have nothing in the best yet. Really, that's all depressing. And it isn't going to get any better now. It is the 2009 remake / reimagining of Children of the Corn.
Yeah, this can. Yeah, straight in the bad. I mean, some things just don't need to be touched, do they? It's not that amazing. It's not an iconic fucking. It is right. Sorry, it is an iconic film, but it's not that big a deal that it needs to be remade. It's fine to just leave it as the original. Job done. That's it. We don't need to bring things back sometimes.
Absolutely. I hated it.
Yeah,
Maximum Overdrive,
which I have seen, which I actually don't mind. I don't think it's a good film. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I wouldn't go out and argue people go, no, you got to watch this film. It's quality, but it's not like it doesn't hurt me watching it. I'm okay with it. I guess if I'm being fair, it's probably a bad film. It's probably a bad conversion too, even though I don't mind watching it. It's a bit of a weird one.
Trucks is in bad. Trucks
is in bad. It's better than Trucks, so yes. I'm happy for it to go in okay.
That's where it goes. Brilliant. Okay, you will have to take the lead in this one because I know you reviewed it for the site. The Carrie remake.
This can go in. Oh, where can this go? Do you know why I'm holding off on judgment? Because I'm obviously aware that there'll be another carry.
Yes, obviously.
I think this is okay.
Okay.
I'm torn. Like, to be fair to it, I'm torn between good and okay.
Okay.
It's not a bad film. They did a pretty good version of it, but they did do something that royally fucked me off, which is to try and cater the new one a bit more to modern audiences
Right.
by speeding up the escalation of her powers.
Oh,
You
so
know,
she
she
just
she
goes.
went from being like, you know, some subtle little mouse in a shower room to suddenly being at a petrol station screaming and turning cars over and blowing up petrol pumps all in the space of about 5 minutes. And it's like,
That's
that's not
excessive.
quite how it happened. But aside from we've got to try and make it more exciting for the modern audience as we're getting near the end here, they actually did an all right job of it. It's not bad. Chloe Grace Moretz plays her quite well as well. So yeah,
Okay.
go for what did I say? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I'm happy with an okay there.
Cool. The next one. Well, this is disputable that it's an adaptation because it's not. There's no book of this, but Stephen King wrote the screenplay for it. It is Sleepwalkers from 1992.
Which I have seen. Uh,
Of a time.
yeah, it's not a book adaptation, so I was going to say I've never read it, but that's obvious.
Yeah, it's a screenplay.
Unless I read his screenplay. I'm trying to think. No, I don't really. I don't remember this film in terms of being good. That's the thing. So I'm thinking okay or bad, but I'm thinking more okay. I'm leaning towards okay.
You're right to lean towards okay. In my opinion, right, it is a boring film, punctuated with these madness-inducing bits of fucking cat people transforming and hands being ripped off. And it's got such a strong cast. It's got Mark Hamill in it in the early parts. The guy that played Otho from Beetlejuice, Brian Krause, is the main star of it. And it used to always make me laugh to see him evil because he was the star of Charmed TV series.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that goes, oh, this is a good film, but it's not. It belongs in okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That just shows the magic of King back in the day, that like King's writing a script and get anyone you want to.
Absolutely. You might have seen this next one. I haven't. It's Secret Window.
I've seen this. Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good film.
Okay,
is
cool.
it? Oh, yeah, it's a good film. It's a good film. I was just about to like reverse on that because I've suddenly thought good was the top category, and I was like, that's not that, but it's not. It's best is top category, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is a good film. This is a little bit different. This is I guess it's a little bit of a misery style tale in a way. It's this troubled author story. But yeah, it's good. Johnny Depp's actually good in it as well.
It goes in the good then, alongside Children of Corn, Mangle and Desperation. Right. Here's an interesting one then. The Dark Tower.
Oh, here we go then. This is all right. I'm gonna say what it is, and I'm gonna justify it. Right. This is bad.
Yep.
Because this is a tiered list about good book adaptations.
Absolutely.
Conversions, and this is a very, very bad conversion of a book to a film.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the film for what it is.
Yep.
But it is not a good version of the Dark Tower series as I've read it and loved it.
Perfect. Perfect way to put it. In the bad it goes. Right. What we have next is No Smoking, which is another version, a Bollywood version of King's short story Critters Inc., which was also previously adapted in 1984 for the film Cat's Eye. I haven't seen this. I've seen the one in Cat's Eye, but not this.
No, I haven't seen this either.
Fair dude.
You said it was a Bollywood version. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Interesting, though, right?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting that King short stories reach that far.
Absolutely. Big Driver, adapted from Full Dark, No Stars.
Again, no idea. Obviously, I've read Full Dark, No Stars. I know the stories quite well, but when I say no idea, I'm surprised that they were converted to a film.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guessing a lot of this is straight to TV stuff.
Oh, I believe almost certainly, but it's certainly going to give you some what's called homework to see.
Yeah, to a degree, but like you know, when you get a collection of short stories, not every short story you read needs a film. You know, it's okay to just be left alone.
Yeah, Yeah, you're right. And I wondered then how you feel about Bag of Bones.
Uh, you know what? In all honesty, I don't think I've actually seen Bag of Bones.
Either have I. Good enough for me. Right, one we have both seen, and it is the Tommy Knockers.
I like the Tommy Knockers.
It's okay.
I love the book, man. And what I liked about the film, even though I can appreciate the fact that it's not the best fucking movie out there, is I think they did a cracking job of converting the book. And that's why I like the Tommy Knockers. Because when I watch it, I see the book. You know, that's the thing with it. It's they haven't tried to go down mad tangents and come up with their own stories. Yeah, it's condensed and it's slightly different in places, but it's predominantly the Stephen King book.
Yep.
So for me, I think it's good. I
I'm
don't
happy
think
to.
you agree.
No, I would have. Me best is okay, but then I'm not a fan of the book, and I haven't read the book loads to kind of draw that. But you know, I'm aware it's faithful when in comparison to some, so that's worthy of good alone. You
Yeah.
know, right? Is an interesting one. Chinga from the X-Files. Yes, Stephen King wrote an episode of the X-Files called Chinga.
The problem with this one is that I'm pretty sure I've seen every episode of the X-Files. I think I have, but I have no idea which one Chinga is.
Let me see if I can find that. No, it's a creepy doll, possessed doll.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough for me to remember it, to be honest. I think
While
the only fair...
vacationing in Maine, Scully has to crack a mystery that involves a possessed doll who commits murders and causes people to try and claw their eyes out. Bill has never seen.
Look, nearly every episode of the X-Files I've watched has been at least okay.
I'm putting it never seen. Right. The TV miniseries of Nightmares and Dreamscapes.
Right. Flash my mind back. I don't think I've seen this. This is a whole anthology, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
8.
It's 8 episodes, yep.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the names of the, because even the individual episodes, like while I remember them as in that's the book story, but I don't remember ever seeing them as in adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then I have seen. Now I'm getting confused now because I have seen The Road Virus Heads North and I have seen Autopsy Room 4.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't remember enough about it. 8. I remember 2 out of 8.
Never seen then. I'll stick that in there. Right, I know we've both seen this one. It is Salem's Lot, but the 2004 version.
Yep.
Interesting.
I don't think they did a bad job with this actually.
Same here.
Yeah, it's not the original, but it's not far off it.
Absolutely.
You know, so for me, this is a good film.
I'm happy with. I agree. I remember quite enjoying it, so I'm happy to put that in good. Rob Lowe there. Number 50. Sorry, right number from Tales from the Dark Side.
No. Sorry, right number. That's different.
Whenever it seems to be an episode from one of these anthologies or that are separate to his own.
Yeah, I think that's what the thing is. That they're the ones that I'm imagining didn't get like a big studio backing, or a lot of them didn't, you know.
Okay, here's an interesting one. The Shining, 1997, the TV miniseries.
Good.
I think it's good too. It's very faithful to the book.
Yeah, and that's really what this list is about. I guess as much as it's about us whether we enjoyed them or not. It's, you know, did they do the book justice?
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
Excellent. I'm glad we agree on that. I've not seen this next miniseries, Carrie, from 2002.
A miniseries of Carrie. I also have never seen that.
Ooh, there's something to be checked out.
Yeah, that's going to be fucking terrible. It's that same thing again, isn't it? You take a short novel and stretch it out into a TV series.
Yeah, fucking hell. Wow, yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, you have seen this because you reviewed it for the website. It is In the Tall Grass from 2000.
This is good. Yeah. This is, no, do you know what? No. Right. Oh. Yeah, no, good. Or is it? This is top end. That's the thing about this. This is, in terms of a book conversion, especially a modern one because it was a Netflix one.
Yep.
They really did a fantastic job of it.
I'll put it in
Joe,
good.
I'm trying to work my thinking out because just because I'm not a huge fan of that story
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean it wasn't a good adaptation. Do you know what I mean? I'll go with good. Go with good. Go with good. Fuck it.
It's in there. Right. Another episode from a series. It is Grey Matter from Shudder's latest series of Creepshow, which I do know because obviously I reviewed it. Yep. This is fun. It's got some great effects. I really love the gloopy monster style look of it. It stars Tobin Bell. I don't know the original story, so I don't know how adaptable it is that. But as a short, as part of Creepshow, obviously King's connection to Creepshow is iconic anyway.
Yep.
I'm happy this goes in the good.
Cool. Do it. I've not seen it, so.
Cool. We're going old school now, though. The Running Man.
The film.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. It's not a great adaptation.
I'd imagine it isn't. I've never read the book.
Yeah, it's one of the Richard Bachman books.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that there ain't no person reading The Running Man and thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger. I promise you that. I think for me, while I do think the film is okay, the film is good, the book is good, but they're two different stories to a degree. So for me, at best, I'd say okay.
I'm happy with that. Which brings us to Dreamcatcher.
First and foremost, my choice with this is instantly between okay and bad.
Yep.
Okay. It's not one of my favourite stories, actually. I'm not a big fan of the story, and I'm not a big fan of the film, and I don't know if that's because they did the book justice, which is why I don't like both. It's not great. It's really not. I don't know. I think it's bad.
I think it's bad too. I'm not that big of a fan of the book, and I really hated the movie. I hated so much of it. I every time I hear the term shit weasels, I roll my eyes.
As you should.
Mm-hmm. All right, Golden Years, a TV miniseries.
I haven't seen this.
That goes never seen. Cool. All right, The Cat from Hell from Tales from the Dark Side, the movie 1990. This is our first contender for the best.
Oh, really? Because I haven't seen it.
Right. So the Tales from the Dark Side movie is a collection of, I think, 3 to 4 shorts, all just slammed to make a movie, and they're all really fucking good. But The Cat from Hell is simply, it's incredibly tension built. It's got a fantastic ending. It's wicked. I really, do check this one out. I want to put that in the best.
Yeah, do it. We need to put something in there for Christ's sake.
Yeah. One I haven't seen, but I've been meaning to. Riding the Bullet from 2000.
I also haven't seen it. Yeah. I haven't. I've read the book. Well, the book's great. The book's great. So if they do a good version of it, it should be fantastic.
Firestarter from 1984.
Okay, so book isn't one of my favourites.
Mm-hmm.
Who is she as a child in the film? I can't remember. Who's a famous actress?
Drew Barrymore.
There you go. Drew Barrymore as a child.
Yep.
The film's all right, and it does a good version of the book. To be fair, I think this would probably be fair and good. It's not my favourite story, but I do think they do a good job of it.
You're the consensus. I've never seen it.
Okay, let's go for a good. Let's give Drew Barrymore a good.
It's her face in the picture. Right, one that I didn't see until last year, and I still don't know how I feel about it. It is Thinner.
This is an interesting one. Mm-hmm. As you can imagine, I would have, this is a story that works very well in text.
Yep.
Because, I don't know, I think maybe the images of people getting super fat and stuff like that, and then super, then down, sometimes it comes across a bit comical, whereas it doesn't in word. I think it's a good conversion.
Yep.
It's just not a particularly favourite of mine. It's not something I particularly enjoy watching. So I'd probably go for okay. What's your feelings on it?
It's as you say, like, right, as an adaptation, it's so dated another fucking time. And like movie wise, it's got so fucking terrible effect. When you said bad, yeah? Or okay?
Yeah. No, I said okay.
I'm going to go with okay. Considering what we've got in there, it needs to go in there because It fits alongside Sleepwalkers and
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive and Cell.
Yeah.
Easy. Right. King's part in Creepshow 2.
No,
It's what's it called?
not seen.
It's based off a story from Skeleton Crew, The Raft, which is the best
Okay.
part of, which is actually really enough the best part of Creepshow 2. Really gross. But it's only adapted from a short story. I'll put it in okay, just because of what it is. Right. Here's a really interesting one. 1408.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I mean, instantly, I can tell you that I'm top end for this, top end of the scale.
Agreed.
I like the story very, very much. The book is very, very good. The short story.
Yep.
I do think they actually do a really good job of conveying King's story into picture. I think it's very, very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's up there with his best work,
Agreed.
but I do think it's good.
Agreed. I agree. In fact, remember when I first saw it, I really didn't like it. And then I
Right.
read the book, and then I grew a new reappreciation for what they tried to do.
Yeah.
Definitely. But if Tommy Knockers and the Shining TV miniseries are in good, 1408 belongs in good. The Night Flyer.
Oh, I have seen this. Oh, it's so hard because obviously I recognize every name because I've probably read every one of the fucking things. And then that makes me instantly go, well, I must have seen this then.
Yeah.
But I've got no memory of it.
Vampires?
So, yeah, I know what it's about because I know the book. That's the problem.
Never seen then.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Right, 1993's The Dark Half.
I have seen this,
Mm-hmm.
and I do like this.
Cool.
Yeah, good. Let's go for a good.
All the way up and good. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. It is. Well, there you go. It's good.
No arguments. All right. Up next, then we have Sometimes They Come Back.
I don't think I've ever seen the adaptation of this. I'm aware of this one though. At least it's not one I've never heard of, but I've never seen it.
I have reviewed it for the site, including the sequel as well, but the sequel's not an adaptation. I've not read the book, so I can't judge it on the adaptation style. As a TV movie, it's cheesy, it's silly, it's fun, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Up next, we have Needful Things from 1993.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because this is actually a very, very good adaptation, I think.
Okay.
But it's not a particularly good story, and it's not a particularly good movie to watch.
Right.
So, how do you deal with that? a good at that, an okay. I guess okay is the right thing to do because it's a good adaptation, but it's a bad plot.
Perfect. It's in the okay.
Stick it in the middle.
Yep. All right. Apt Pupil from 1998.
Have I seen this? I don't think I've seen this.
Adaptation of the Different Seasons novella.
Yeah.
Never seen.
I've got that there behind me, but yeah,
right.
I've never seen it.
Here we go. This is one of the bigger ones, and certainly one of the more controversial ones. It is the It TV miniseries.
Okay.
Now I know why I'd put this, but I'm going to wait and see what you think.
I would put it in good.
Okay.
Even though I enjoy it, and I think I enjoy it much more than you do, although to be fair, I haven't watched it for about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I'd still enjoy it today. The reason it's a massive story for King, it's a massive film for King, it's a massive everything for King. So it's been a huge thing, and it is 70% a really good adaptation.
Yep.
But there are huge chunks of the book that they're just not there, and that's why I can't put it in the best.
Mine was going to be good, and I'm basing that more off the fact that I think the child focus side is very, very good, whereas I think the latter half is not so good, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So good is good. I like that. Okay, you know this, I don't. Storm of the Century.
This is fucking great, man.
Oh, really?
This is really, really good. The story's great anyway. The adaptation is also really, really great. It's so fucking loaded with Dark Tower stuff. It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, man. This is the best for me. Storm of the Century is one of my favorites.
I am more than happy to put in the best. It's nice to see we've got 2 up there. Excellent. Okay, Cat's Eye, which is, of course, got the short stories in it. Adaptation of 2 Night Shift short stories in it. Your Quitters Inc. is one of them, which already mentioned. And the other is The Ledge. Oh, my God, I forgot about The Ledge. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not the best. It's good. I don't know. Have you seen these?
I haven't seen Quitters Inc. I like based on the one from earlier on. I don't think I've seen The Ledge either.
Airplane's Robert Hayes stars.
I think I'm getting thrown by a man on a ledge.
Probably. This belongs in the goods. Take my word for it.
Yeah, no, I trust you on that one. I don't know what to say.
Word Processor of the Gods from Tales from the Dark Side, 1984.
Straight into the not seen.
No idea about it either.
Word Processor of the Gods, that's brilliant.
Okay, here's an interesting one. I didn't even know this existed until recently. The Dead Zone TV series.
Have I seen the TV series? I don't think I have seen the TV series of it.
It ran from 2001 to 2007.
Oh, wow. That is a good run.
That is
I'm guessing this never got broadcasted over here, because I would imagine I would have heard of it over the space of 6 years.
Who's the picture? I'm just trying to work out who's playing Johnny. Does it say? Oh, my God. Anthony Michael Hall. Good actor. Huh.
Yeah, I have to try and dig that out because
find more about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Pet Sematary, 2019.
Weirdly, I haven't actually watched the remake. I assume you have. Oh, okay.
No, I know. After it was reviewed by Liam on the site, that removed my reason to watch it. I will eventually, but I just don't care.
Yeah, same for me. I mean, I've seen it on there, but it's like I ain't going to pay for it. I'm not that interested in seeing a remake of it.
Cool. Those are never seen. Weird enough, Pet Sematary, even though we know the fucking film and books so well, never seen. Heart in Atlantis, 2001.
Yeah.
Obviously adapted from Low Men in Yellow Coats. And Heavenly Shades of Night Are Falling.
Yep, best. This is this one I've always loved. I actually watched it 3 days ago, believe it or not, just out of pure coincidence. It's on Netflix. I was like, I ain't seen that for a while. And it's got Anthony Hopkins in it. It's like the lead character, and it is a direct Dark Tower story, which is why I loved it originally.
Yeah.
The Low Man in Yellow Coats are basically the Taheen.
Yep.
And they're hunting down psychic children in it. But it's really nicely done. It's very subtle. It doesn't care about any action. It's not about, everyone's on the run and that. It's just it's a similar to a Stand By Me sort of story. It's a bit of a coming of age for these young kids.
Yep.
It's brilliant. Very good. Best.
I love that in our best. 2 out of 3 of them in the best are completely and utterly ones that are based around the Dark Tower.
Yeah, that's mostly what I'm judging it on.
But the Dark Tower itself is in bad. Right, Mr. Mercedes TV miniseries.
I haven't watched it yet.
Cool.
I'm not going to enjoy it though.
Really? Great actor. Great actor in it. What's his name? Brendan Gleeson.
Do you know, the thing is I've read the books, and while I can appreciate them as very, very well written books, I read Stephen King for science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and these are detective stories.
Fair dues. I can see no interest. Silver Bullet from 1985.
No, not seen.
Oh,
Whatever.
God.
No, I don't think I have.
I couldn't believe I liked this as much as I did when I finally got around to watching it. The idea of watching a 1985 werewolf movie was like, I really don't want to do that. But I tell you what, it's good fun. It's done well. It's a good movie. I'd say check it out. I'll put that in a good. Right. It Chapter 2 from 2019. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Chapter 2 yet. No.
Same here. Weird that, huh?
Yeah. It's just, again, it says, like, I can see it there, and, like, if I want to pick it up in the Sky Store for, like, 10 quid or whatever, but I've got no urgency on it. Absolutely. I know the story. I'll watch it when it's on the TV or something like that, yeah. Agreed.
When it's a freebie, you just pick up on Netflix or Amazon. Right. This one's really interesting. This next one. I've never seen this, right? But a prominent YouTube critic who I respect and rate his opinions rated this as one of the best adaptations he had ever seen. It is Dolores Claiborne.
Yeah, I think I'd probably agree, to be honest.
Really?
I have seen it. I'm actually not that big a fan of the story, weirdly enough.
Okay.
I read it. It's one of the stories that I remember I've read once and never really went back to it, and it was a struggle to get through. Um, the adaptation of it, though, is better, I think, than the story. I think
Okay.
it's a true adaptation, but it's something maybe it worked better being visualized.
Where would you put this then?
I'm happy for this to go in best, to be honest.
Well, hey, check it out. Nice.
Got to
Right.
get some in there, haven't we?
Yeah, we're up to 4 now.
Running out of room in okay, bad, and never seen.
The Revelations of Becca Paulson from the Outer Limits in 1997.
Not seen. The Outer Limits, that was a TV show, wasn't it? Like X
It
Files.
was. Never
Yeah.
seen. Agreed.
No.
Okay, we are now up to Doctor Sleep. Now, I know why I'd put this.
Yep, I'll tell you where I will put it. Best.
Absolutely. I enjoyed this way more than I expected.
Oh, it's really good, man.
Yep.
But on top of that, it's a really good adaptation. Like it really is. The film, I think I watched your interview with those the film directors. I can't remember their names.
Oh,
And you
Hank
spoke
and
about this a
Llewellyn.
little bit. Yeah, you spoke about this story a little bit in it, and it's a classy film, man. It really is. You know, those back at the Overlook Hotel scenes at the end of it are really special, man.
Yep. 100% agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Salem's Lot, the TV movie from 79.
It's good. It's good or best. That's where I'm going.
Couldn't put it in the best. Not alongside what we've got already.
No, fair enough. All right, let's go for good. Let's go for good.
Joining good company up in there. All right, Creepshow, the anthology.
Creepshows can be hit and miss depending on the episode. That's the thing.
Oh, this
Where you
one,
going? What are you thinking? I think you're going to have more of an opinion on Creepshow than I am.
it's the best. It is still to date, in my opinion, the best anthology horror that exists. From King's writing to even his own episode where he acts in. While some are better than others, obviously the stories, all of them are great in their own way. I think this is the best.
Okay, I won't argue against that. I would have only have gone down to good anyway, so let's go for best.
All right, we'll get into the end. Gerald's Game from 2017.
This is also a best.
Ooh, is it?
This is a fucking insanely good adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it came in a little spurt, didn't it, of Stephen King Netflix adaptations.
Yep.
And I think this was the first one of it. And yeah, they smashed it. Absolutely brilliant.
Wicked.
Definitely worth watching as well, man. It really is.
It is one I keep meaning to, because again, the critic I'm talking about mentioned this as well, and apparently it's got a really good reference to Dolores Claiborne at the end as well. Like it links the two.
It links to quite a few things actually through the end of it. Like you'll pick up, you'll pick up enough through it. Do you know, like this film, like I don't want to give anything away in it, but like you'll watch it, and at first it starts off as like just such a calm film, and then it just fucks with your head. You don't even know if what you're watching is real or if you're hallucinating this shit anymore. It's genuinely it impacts you. It's good, really well done, man.
Continuing, it's now, this is where we really start diving into the difficult ones. We now have The Stand, the TV miniseries.
It's the best. It has to be. Do you know, like the thing is, right? It is because of the fact I could pick so many holes in the Stand miniseries.
Yep.
I really could. I could. There's some fucking atrocious acting in it. Some of the I don't know, the CGI, the effects, it is shocking. But it is a really good version of the book.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
I'm happy enough to put it in the best based off the fact that The Stand should never been able, it shouldn't even been capable of turning that into anything resembling a movie.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. So, yep, I agree. We are now at 1922 from 2017, which I believe you reviewed.
Yeah, I did. This was one of the next Netflix. It was this, Gerald's Game, and In the Tall Grass were the trio of Netflix films that came all very rapidly, actually, all around the same, within months of each other.
True, yep.
And this is also really, really good, but it's not the best, but it is good. And if there was a halfway point between the two, it would be In It. but it doesn't quite hold up to Gerald's Game and the likes of them.
Perfect. Good it is then. It Chapter 1 from 2017.
I also think this is good.
Yep, same here.
I don't think it's best, but I
Definitely.
do think they did a decent job of it.
I again agree with you on that. We're now up to 11/22/63 from 2016. Oh, I lost you.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said. That's what threw me. Is this fucking thing mustn't have been broadcast over here yet? Because I can tell you for a fact that if the second that does, I'll be like booking the week off work to watch it because I fucking love that book.
With Franco, starring James Franco.
Oh, I have seen it. Oh, thank God for that.
I just go sure.
I was just thinking, what?
This.
Yeah, no, I have seen it. Oh, there we go. Whew. Right, look, it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me. This is good.
Okay.
Very good. It was never going to be able to be anything but good because the book is too good. That's the problem. The book is fucking phenomenal. They can't convert that shit to film.
I like it. Cool. Right, we're up to Cujo.
Best. Cujo's a fantastic movie.
Oh, really? The best?
Yeah. What's your thoughts then? Where are you going?
I think it's a good movie. The best. I mean,
all right, come on. We'll go for good. I might have jumped the gun.
Just because we also have some big. When I see what we've already got in there and what's coming up, and you know what's coming up because they haven't come up yet.
If we put Salem's Lot as the level of where good is, then Cujo can go in there with that.
Agreed.
That's fair.
Christine,
I think, is also good.
Same.
I think it's a good film. Shouldn't be, but it is.
It's more entertaining than it should be. Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's also, like, importantly, it's a good version of they've done a good version of the story.
We now reach one where I seem to be in a minority with my opinions on this film. It is The Green Mile.
Yeah, you are on this one. This is one we'll have to agree to disagree on. This, to me, is up. It is in the best instantly.
Yeah.
I think I can win the argument on this purely because we're doing book to film conversions, and it is a brilliant conversion. Even if you don't like the film, the book to film conversion is phenomenal.
I am going to put it in the best because I'm very aware that my opinion is my opinion, but I'm aware that it's so in the minority that I am realistically wrong in the eyes of what most people are saying. So I completely understand where you're coming from there.
Yay.
You have The Mist, the movie.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. It certainly isn't any higher than that.
Nah. I enjoy it immensely. That's the thing. And yeah, it can't go in the best. That's the thing. Even though I do enjoy it immensely, it can't go in the best because they fuck with the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of being a conversion, they've done a really good job of it.
Agreed.
But they fucked the ending.
Okay, right. We're getting into the nitty gritty now. Misery.
Misery has to go in the best.
It has to. Yeah.
Both from being an insanely good film, but also being like back in the heyday of where converting his films well.
Yep. Agreed. It's one of those movies that I don't really like to watch anymore.
No, I agree. Yeah, I don't either. But I remember it well.
Yep.
It's stuck in your mind, you know.
Absolutely. And talking about sticking in your mind and good adaptations, one of my all-time favorite is next. It is Pet Sematary from 1989.
Yep, agreed. No arguments on that. That's straight into the best. This is classic stuff here.
Yeah.
Have you ever you've read Pet Sematary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they do a great job of it.
Really do. It's one of the things I love the most about it is that it's very simple. You say to people, "Let's Pet Sematary." It is like the book. Cool, have fun. Right. Oh, it's Carrie. 76 Carrie.
For me, good.
Yep.
I don't think it's the best.
Agreed.
I think it sometimes gets overly glorified because it was the first, but it is good.
I agree. It is good, and that's what I would leave it to as well. That brings us to The Dead Zone.
Now, all right, book-wise, I fucking love this book.
Yep.
And Christopher Walken, does a
Walken.
fantastic job
Yep.
in the film. For me, The Dead Zone is one of the best
Yep.
out there. I think it's a brilliant conversion.
Um,
Brilliant book, brilliant film, brilliant conversion as well.
I'm 100% agree with you on that. I am an incredible, strong fan of the book. It's one of my all-time favorite King books, and I ended up liking the movie way more than I thought I would.
Yeah, they surprise you sometimes, don't they?
Right, we're down to the last two I have. Oh, I'm missing one, but we'll say it. And rather, I haven't got a picture. Right, Shawshank Redemption.
Best.
Obviously, there's not really
Yeah,
more to be said.
it's also like for me, it's the epitome, the kind of the gold standard of how to convert a book into a film. You know, and it's always the thing I reference back to when I say like why it works so well, and that's because the film isn't overly long, but the story is a short story. You know, Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption, and a
Mm-hmm.
short story into a full movie works really well because you can pretty much fit it all in.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. It really is iconic for the right reasons. And talking about iconic, you know what's next? It hasn't popped up yet. It is, of course, 1980s, The Shining.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know it's a popular and a very good film.
Yes.
Yeah, I can accept that. But what we're doing right now is a list of the best adaptations.
Yeah.
And on that, and this is weird, I feel really dirty saying it, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it. I think it's a great film, and the book's great, but they're two different stories.
How can you argue exactly with your logic? I was waiting to see if you were going to say it as well, which is basically, look, we're judging this on adaptations.
Yeah, that's our
And
Get Out.
yeah, and it's kind of like The Shining, Kubrick's The Shining is well known to
Yeah,
be
I
a
mean,
bad
fuck it.
adaptation.
If the author comes out and says, "Hang on, that's not my
Yeah.
story,"
I think it's happy enough to belong in okay.
yeah.
Which brings us to the last one. I forgot to add the picture. I can't do it now. It is Stand By Me.
And this is the best.
Yeah, same here. Agreed.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoy the book. Thoroughly enjoy.
All three streams, man. They did a good version of it. The film's great. The book's great. The book is representative to what you see on screen. The casting's fantastic in it. Yeah, it's perfect. Even Kiefer Sutherland's good in it.
Yep, absolutely. And that's our ranking. So quickly fly through where they all are. Our best consists of The Shawshank Redemption, episodes from Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, Hearts in Atlantis, Storm of the Century, Dolores Claiborne, Doctor Sleep, Creep Show. What's the one in the bedroom? I can't remember what the movie was called. The handcuffed one in the bedroom.
Oh, Gerald's Game.
Gerald's Game. The Stand mini-series. It is The Green Mile. We have Stand By Me, of course. We have, what's it called? Oh, fucking hell, my mind's gone blank here. The Dead Zone, Pet Cemetery, and what is that one? Misery. Fucking hell, I couldn't even recognize the picture. Misery. In the good, we've got 1408, The Dark Half, Salem's Lot, The Shining mini-series, Tommy Knockers, The Salem's Lot mini-series, Secret Window, Children of the Corn, The Mangler, Firestarter, In the Tall Grass, Deception, I think that was, the short story from Creep Show, another short story from Cat's Eye, Stephen It, the miniseries, Silver Bullet, that's the 1922 one, is it? 1922 was it called?
Yeah, the 1922 we put in there.
It's part one from the modern day, Cujo, Christine, The Mist, Carrie, and the JFK one that I can't remember the title of.
11/22/63.
Thank you very much. Okay, consists of Carrie, the modern one, the original Shining, Don't At Us. Sometimes they come back. The Raft from Creepshow 2, The Running Man, Thinner, Maximum Overdrive, Cell. I don't remember that one. Unfortunately, don't have names, so I have to look up the pictures. Red Rose. Rose Red. Rose Red. Why is it Red Rose? Rose Red. There's a few of us in there. And our bad is made up of Dreamcatcher, The Langoliers, The Dark Tower, the Mist TV
Oh.
series, the Lawnmower Man, Trucks, the Children of the Corn remake, and Under the Dome TV series. I think the bad's pretty accurate, man. That's
Yeah, I
good.
think I'm happy. Like I was worried at one point, being a huge Stephen King fan, but it's always important to remember that I'm a huge Stephen King book fan.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean I automatically love everything that Stephen King's touched outside of book. But I was worried at one point when it was just bad, not seeing bad, not seeing bad, and I think we got one in okay after about 10. It's like shit. But no, when you read out the best. I had no doubts when you read them out. I was like, nope, 100% agree with it. 100%.
I'm
They
happy
are the
with
best
that.
of them.
There you go. There's our tier list ranking. Let us know what you think of it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?